How's it going, guys? My name is Griffin Sherry. I play in a band called The Ghost of Paul Revere, and I'm here tonight on the Bourgeois Facebook page to play you some songs. Probably not do a lot of talking, because it seems that's difficult already. Well, this first song is off our album Monarch. How much for a heart of gold? How much for a soul that isn't black? How much for a wasted love that ruined me? Oh Lord, can you take that back? 'Cause I always wanted to be a better man. Yes, I always wanted to be a better man. And if I sold myself out to a whole new crowd, maybe I could stand and I could scream out loud. And if I gave up everything and everyone I know, maybe the man in me would cease to show. So I cut my hair and burned my clothes, changed my name and moved away from home. If the truth was more self-evident, maybe I wouldn't feel so damn alone. 'Cause I always wanted to be a better man. Yes, I always wanted to be a better man. And the crowd screamed out, sing one we know, and oblige, but I felt so cold. Can't you see this heart on my sleeve? It burns for you and not for me. 'Cause I always wanted to be a better man. Yes, I always wanted to be a better man. Well, I always wanted, I always wanted, I always wanted, I always wanted, I always wanted to be a better man. That was not the song I thought I was going to sing. I don't want these on at all. Thank you guys for tuning in. All the fans of Bourgeois guitars. I don't know how you couldn't be. They are the most incredible guitars on the planet. Thank you, Dana, and everybody who works at Bourgeois for having me tonight. It's a really special opportunity to try to get in front of some newer people, and, you know, just to play music right now is a pretty incredible opportunity for sure. We, normally do around anywhere from 200 to 240 shows a year. So being off the road right now is pretty weird for us. But we get a chance to release some new music, so I'm going to play you a song that we just released. It's a B-side off our upcoming record, which we're excited to release into the world this year. And it's a song called Fade into the Dark. Hotel bars in broke down Colorado, dreaming about that girl I should have kissed. Well, I really hope to hell that she is doing well, and I'm sorry for all the things I've missed. But if you keep waiting on a miracle cure and asking why, hoping on a prayer, life gonna pass you by. Maybe I'm not the one to talk, but maybe I've given it all I've got, and I'm not gonna fade into the dark. Almost found the dream in Tuscaloosa, but I had to give it up when I traveled on. Well, even to this day, I know I should have stayed. Well, at least she went and left me with a song. But if you keep waiting on a miracle cure and asking why, if you keep hoping on a prayer, life gonna pass you by. Maybe I'm not the one to talk, baby, I've given it all I've got, and I'm not gonna fade into the dark. Hey, New York, I know I should have called you. I've just been waiting on this to end. Well, I really hope to hell that you're doing well. When I get home, we can learn to talk again. If you keep waiting on a miracle cure and asking why, if you keep hoping on a prayer, life gonna pass you by. Maybe I'm not the one to talk, maybe I've given it all I've got, and I'm not gonna fade into the dark. No, I'm not gonna fade into the dark. No, I'm not gonna fade into the dark. Thank you. It's a song called Fade into the Dark. It's a new Ghost song. If you'd like access to all those new Ghost songs, I put up, let's see if I can do this, the screen is mirrored. In this corner, I put up all of our information for donations to our PayPal and Venmo. It's pretty cool. We're giving out free merch items and releasing tracks for donors, and there's more information at ghostofpaulrevere.com. So if you like tipping me tonight, I also included mine. Get rid of that problem child. Well, I wasn't sure what I was going to play tonight, so I threw in a couple really random songs. We're going to see how it goes. I don't know. But that's kind of part of the fun of these things, for sure. You know, it's just me in my basement. Welcome to my basement. And I get to play some of my favorite songs. So this is one of my all-time favorite songs, absolutely. And I usually play it like Paul McCartney does. But I was listening to a good buddy of ours and named Charlie Parr. If you don't know Charlie Parr, you should. He plays this song in a very different way, so I'm going to see if I can put a little bit of his spin on it tonight for you. Somewhere in the Black Mountain Hills of North Dakota, there lived a young boy named Rocky Raccoon, yeah. One day his woman ran off with another guy. He young Rocky in the eye. Rocky didn't like that, said I'm gonna get that boy. So one day he walked into town, he booked himself a room in the local saloon. Hey, Rocky Raccoon went into his room, only to find Gideon's Bible, where Rocky had come, equipped with a gun, to shoot off the legs of his rival. For his rival, it seems, had broken his dreams by stealing the girl of his fancy. Her name was McGill, she called herself Lil, but everyone knew her as Nancy. And now she and her man, who called himself Dan, were in the next room at the hoedown. And Rocky burst in, grinning a grin, and said, Daniel boy, this is a showdown. But Daniel was hot, and he drew first and shot, and Rocky collapsed in the corner. Well, the doctor burst in, stinking the gin, and proceeded to lie on the table. He said, Rocky, you met your match. And Rocky said, Doc, it's only scratch. And I'll be better, Doc, as soon as I am able. So Rocky Raccoon fell back in his room, only to find Gideon's Bible. Well, Gideon checked out, and he left it no doubt to help with good Rocky's revival. One of my favorite songs. It's interesting to play it that way. Seat of the pants decisions. They're all fun. How's everybody doing? I hope you're having a wonderful Tuesday. I believe it's Tuesday. It's really hard to keep track of the days. I'm pretty glad we're not getting snow here in Maine. It's where I'm based, not far from the Bourgeois factory, which if you've never been, is kind of like Wonka's factory, but for guitar nerds, for sure. I've always just had guitars and just played them, but there are a lot of people who love the ins and outs and intricacies of guitars, and man, do all those guys know their stuff. It's crazy. I absolutely love it. I can get lost in there for a couple hours just listening to them talk about the new guitars that are coming out. And you know what? They keep coming. I was talking to them today, and they shipped out a bunch of guitars to people just this afternoon. So for all of you getting those guitars, congratulations. You're going to fall in love, as all of us do when we get one of these beauties in our hands. This one I have, there's a very interesting story about it, and I will tell it a little bit later in the cast. But if you didn't know, my name is Griffin Sherry. I play in a band called The Ghost of Paul Revere right here from Portland, Maine. And I'm going to play a song called Annabelle for you. Show not anymore. And even though 2 feet away from me I turn to stone, nervousness caught me to serious degree. Yeah. Whoa. the ceilings. On my heart to skip a beat, yeah. While she was singing with the band, yeah. I saw her glancing at me. All these people stared and wondered. I wonder what the hell they saw in me. And I said, I wanna lay beside you and scream. Love me, girl, like you mean it, sugar. Like you know me well. I'm your Annabelle. Won't you love me well? I'm your Annabelle. Won't you love me well? I'm your Annabelle, yeah, yeah. That's a song called Annabelle for you. Hope everyone's made a cocktail. I'm a pretty simple guy. I just like bourbon and ice. Now, I was talking to Andrew, who works at the shop, helped set all this up, and has been kind of my introduction to Bourgeois back in the day, and has been a good friend ever since. And he actually saw me sing Rocky Raccoon for the first time at the State Theater a couple years ago for Beatles Night, which is always a magical experience every year here in Portland, Maine. But he asked me to sing this song, which I did for the first time the other day, and we're gonna do it again right now. It's by Jackson Browne. I don't know if people are Jackson Browne fans, but For Every Man is one of my top 10 records, I think, of all time. It's pretty underrated, but he is just a mastermind. He's the best. So, without further ado, I'm going to attempt to fingerpick. Well, I've been out walking. I don't do too much talking these days. These days I seem to think about all the things that I forgot to do. And all the times I had the chances to. Well, I had a love. It's so hard to risk another these days. These days I seem to be afraid to make the life that I have made in song. Well, it's just that I've been losing for so long. Well, I'll keep on moving. Things are bound to be improving these days. These days I'll stand on quarter stones, count the time and quarter tones of 10. Don't confront me with my failures. I have not forgotten them. That song's by Jackson Brown. If you're just joining us, I'm Griffin from the Ghost of Paul Revere. You're not mistaken, you are on the Bourgeois page for sure. I'm playing some songs tonight. I'm taking over their Facebook page. Really just this live stream. But I did hide some secrets all throughout their page. So first one to find it, get some Ghost merch. I don't know if I can technically give that away. I'm going to do it anyway. It's all at the house. It's all here. Casa de Sherry is the home of all of it. Well, I don't know if people watched the big mega artist stream that happened the other day. I tuned into a couple of them and watched the Stones play theirs, and it got me thinking about an old Stone song that I really love to play, and how the meaning has changed a little bit at their point in their lives, and how it's changed for me at this point in my life. So I wanted to sing you a song called Dead Flowers. I hope you like it. Well, when you're sitting back in your silk upholstered chair, talking to some rich folk that you know, well, I hope you don't see me in my ragged company. You know that I'll never be alone. Lay me down, little Susie, lay me down. I know you think you're the queen of the underground, you can't send me dead flowers in the morning. You can't send me dead flowers by the mail. You can't send me dead flowers to my wedding. And I won't forget to put roses on your grave. Well, when you're sitting back in your rose pink Cadillac, making bets on Kentucky Derby Day, well, I'll be in my basement room with a needle and a spoon, and another girl take my love away. Lay me down, little Susie, lay me down. I know you think you're the queen of the underground, but you can't send me dead flowers in the morning. You can't send me dead flowers Thank you all very much. My name is Griffin from the Ghost of Paul Revere. I hope you're having some fun. If you like what you hear, there's more information available at ghostofpaulrevere.com. You also can donate to the band up at the link above, and you can also give tips to me if you'd like to. But certainly, maybe you should be saving up for a Bourgeois. They are the best. I'm going to play a song that came out on our last record. It's a song called Next Year. I'm going to try to not peek out my mic setup, because I tend to get a little loud when I sing it. What songs have you guys been playing? I know that everybody's got a little bit of free time in their hands these days, so let me know. I'd love to hear them. I've been trying to make a big playlist on Spotify of songs I've been listening to on endless repeat, and there's quite a few of them these days for sure. And when I'm holed up in my garage tinkering away on something. Always hoped that I would be a painter. I can now to see. But my hand, it does fight, 'cause the colors ain't right. At least they never are to me. And if you want me, honey, tell me you don't love me, and I'll be yours this time next year. Yeah, next year. Yeah. I always hoped that I would be a hero, idolized on the silver screen. But how many lovers have I left running, knowing no valor, just fear? And if you want me, honey, tell me you don't love me, and I'll be yours this time next year. Yeah, next year. Yeah. I've always liked the words that best describe me, like a song that's out of key. The melody's wrong, but you keep singing on, 'cause no one told you which lie to believe. And if you want me, honey, tell me you don't love me, and I'll be yours this time next year. Yeah, next year. Yeah. And I don't feel nothing at all. 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 And I don't feel nothing at all. 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 And I don't feel nothing at all. 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 That's a song called Next Year. Well, I talked a little bit about our new record that's going to come out this year sometime. You know, with all the craziness happening in the world, it's kind of tough to know when it's going to happen. So I'd like to play a song off it. Right now it's called Love Your Convenience, and people have been asking for it, which is really cool. You know, it's awesome when you have a bunch of new songs on the slate and you're playing them out live, and you haven't released them to the world yet, and you're still kind of precious with them, and then people start asking for them at shows, which is really cool. So I can't wait to get back on stage and play this song for you with all my buddies in the Ghost of Paul Revere. And I saw a question earlier about someone who can't wait for Ghostland and whether or not it was still happening. Right now, it's still happening. So we do, for people who do not know, Ghost of Paul Revere throws our own festival. It's on Labor Day weekend right here in the great state of Maine in Portland at Thompson's Point. And this year, I'm very excited. We've got our buddies, the Mallet Brothers. We've got this incredible new band from Portland, Bell Systems. And we also have Deer Tick, and Deer Tick is one of my favorite bands, so I'm very happy to have them on the bill. And Mipso is going to play with us the night before at Port City Music Hall for the first night of Ghostland. So we hope to see you there. If you weren't planning on coming, you know, it's not a bad Labor Day. I said I told you I'm sorry and I ain't coming back. I said I told you I'm sorry and I ain't coming back. I said I told you I'm angry and I ain't coming back no more. How this get started, coffee was in love at first sight, and now it's sorry you're leaving, yeah, this doesn't feel right. And that you're lonely, then you'll use me just to get through the night. No. But my love ain't here for your convenience. If the grass is greener, then be done with us. My love ain't here for your convenience. And then in 3 weeks you'll call me and you'll say you were wrong. Give me your whole time, feeling it for writing this song. And say you're sorry, you know I was always where you felt you belong. But my love ain't here for your convenience. If the grass is greener, then be done with us. My love ain't here for your convenience. My love ain't here for your convenience. If the grass is greener, then be done with us. My love ain't here for your convenience. My love ain't here for your convenience. If the grass is greener, then be done with us. My love ain't here for your convenience. I said I told you I'm angry and I ain't coming back. I said I told you I'm angry and I ain't coming back. I said I told you I'm angry and I ain't coming back no more. I said I told you I'm angry and I ain't coming back. I said I told you I'm angry and I ain't coming back. I said I told you I love you and I ain't coming back no more. I said I told you I love you but I ain't coming back. I said I told you I love you but I ain't coming back. I said I'm sorry I loved you and I ain't coming back no more. Man, I love the way this guitar sounds. I cannot love it more, I don't think. I do a lot of stuff in open D and drop D. It just tends to be my favorite tunings. So I'm going to switch to open D right now. And I'd like to sing a song called Ghostland, which is what our festival is named after. Days just going by, but feeling worthless. But don't hold it too close. It'll only serve to make you lose your cool. Well, the years just going by. There's no sunken treasure to fulfill me. So I'll drive all night to nowhere just to chase the sun. I said the battle's almost over, but my God, which side has won? Oh, thunderstorms and bad news, they always make it through. When you find yourself screaming, are you living in a ghostland show? I said I'm living in a ghostland. How far can one man go? And will I see you later? The answer only dead men know. Well, that harsh Atlantic breeze, it's blowing up again, and I feel colder. So I think I'll take a drive, and I'll ease this worried mind of all this trouble. But I don't feel like a man, no captain of the ship out at sea. So I'll drive all night to nowhere just to chase the sun. I said the battle's almost over, but my God, which side has won? Oh, thunderstorms and bad news, they always make it through. When you find yourself screaming, are you living in a ghostland show? I said I'm living in a ghostland. How far can one man go? And will I see you later? The answer only dead men know. I said I'm I said I'm living in a ghostland. And I said I'm living, whoa, whoa. And I sing la da 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 oh. That's a song called Ghostland. You just recently tuned in. My name is Griffin Sherry. I play in a band called The Ghost of Paul Revere, right from here in Maine. I hope everyone's having a great Tuesday. I love playing this guitar. I love it. Thank you, Bourgeois, for having me tonight. I really can't. I mean, I feel so fortunate to be a Bourgeois artist and have the support from those guys. It's just incredible because a lot of my absolute favorite guitarists in the world play Bourgeois guitars. So to get this opportunity a couple years ago was just awesome. There we go. And actually, I think it's a good time to tell the Bourgeois story. Or the story behind this Bourgeois in particular. It was really funny. A couple years ago, we were playing a New Year's Eve show in Boston at Brighton Music Hall, and it was deathly cold. Probably, must have been -15 outside, and we loaded in and got going with the show. And it was a packed house, and we were jamming along, and I went to hit the final note in a song and strummed my guitar, and at that exact moment, my Martin I was playing, my D16, it would just exploded on stage. It just went into several different parts, and I had to hold it together to finish the next song afterwards before I could switch out a guitar, and it basically pressure cracked in a couple spots from the end pin all the way up and around, and I brought it to a couple people, and they had never seen anything quite like it, which is not surprising. I tend to play guitar very hard, and I contacted Martin. They certainly weren't any help at all, and I got a message out of the blue that was like, hey, I don't know if you've ever heard of Bourgeois Guitars, but if you have, or if you'd like to just check us out, come up to Lewiston and hang out in the shop for a day. So I went up to Lewiston, and I went to the shop and talked guitars all day, and got a full tour and had an absolute blast. And the guys were like, hey, we heard the story about your guitar, and so we have this guitar that you can take on the road for a little bit. And then when you get back, we can talk about building you a new one. And I was like, that's incredible. Thank you so much. It's mind-blowing, the kindness of all those guys. And I took it on the road, and I brought it back like 7 months later, which is crazy that they didn't call the police on me. But when I got back, they were like, what kind of guitar do you want us to build for you? And I said, I think I found the one that I really love. It's this guitar. I just fallen in love with it on the road. It's true workhorse, and it sounds absolutely beautiful, and I'm so lucky to have it. So for anyone who owns a Bourgeois out there, they know what I'm talking about. And if you don't, and you really want one of the best guitars in the world, I can't speak highly enough about it. And the funny thing was, also to add to that story, about a week after I got the guitar, we got the call that we were invited to go on the Conan O'Brien show and play a song, and I got to take the Bourgeois and play it on national TV, which was, I think, the first gig I played with it. So I'm going to play that song for you right now. It's a song called Montreal. For us was so damn easy. that's a song called Montreal. I'm going to start winding down here. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. But I would like to play the song that broke that other guitar, which I still have too. My good friends over at Buck Dancer's Music Choice glued her all together and got her going again for the road. So it's cool. I get to take 2 dreadnoughts out on the road and leave my Triple O back home, which was my first acoustic guitar and I still love. It's currently got a big Glenn Hansard hole in it and will for the rest of the time. Sitting on a power line, sweet little thing, don't you know you call mine? Well, spread your wings and come over to me. I said spread your wings and come over to me. Oh, little bird, give you the song mine. Well, spitting up words, taunting blood wine. Well, tell That's a song called Little Bird. We actually just did a cool thing. We got a bunch of our fans to go on Facebook and send us videos of them performing that song. And I got to stitch them all together into one big performance video, which is cool, you know? Trying to find ways to make, even though we're all separated by at least 6 feet right now, trying to make, some type of community happen. Because it's there, you know? It's easy to forget right now, but it's there if you want it. John Lennon said something about peace, but we're on the same lines. Well, thank you guys very much for tuning in tonight. This takeover of the Bourgeois channel. Thank you very much to Bourgeois for having me. My name is Griffin Sherry. I play in a band called The Ghost of Paul Revere. And I'd like to sing one more song for you right after I get this guitar in tune. If you like what you heard, head to ghostofpaulrevere.com for more information about the band. And you also can donate up here, both PayPal and Venmo. And if you feel like tipping me, you can donate there. I got pretty good at that. It was mirrored, so I have the coordination of, I was going to say an ostrich, but I don't really know. It seems like they might be really coordinated. I don't really know. I don't have much experience with ostriches, surprisingly enough, being from Maine. So, this is a song called This Is the End, which I can only play at the end of a set, because anywhere else it's very awkward. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. We'll see you next time. I awoke in my room where the heat could kill the man. And I was thinking about you, thinking about me. So I called up my doctor, said don't give me a chance. I dug this grave and I might as well get it. 'Cause this ship is sinking past the whiskey. Give me my last cigarette. Tell my mother not to worry. Oh, my friends, this is the end, this is the end. Well, I was never allowed a guilt-free win, and I've always hated all the skin I was in. So pour yourself a glass and we'll reminisce about the time we had. 'Cause in the morning I'll be dead and gone for good. 'Cause this ship is sinking past the whiskey. Give me my last cigarette. Tell my father it was worth it. Oh, my friends, this is the end, this is the end. Well, I got a gift card for getting cancer. I asked but never was given an answer to whether or not everyone is truly alone. Well, this bird has flown and this ship has sunk, man. Tie my hands and leave me dead in the trunk. Just don't ask me if I'm doing okay, 'cause I'm not okay. This ship is sinking past the whiskey. Give me my last cigarette. Tell my sister not to wait for me, man. This is the end, this is the end, this is the end. 'Cause this ship is sinking past the whiskey. Give me my last cigarette. Tell my friends that I love them. Oh, my friends, this is the end, this is the end. Oh, my friends, this is the end, this is the end. Thank y'all very much for tuning in. My name is Griffin from the Ghost of Paul Revere. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your Tuesday night. We'll see you again.